Hello everybody, welcome to our channel Gurukul Tennis. Biomechanic of the basic tennis is ABC, agility, balance and coordination. So today we are going to talk about the same thing, little more technical, more technical we are going to talk about. Now I'm going to show that when my opponent is going to hit the ball, I'm going to split step. So this is the important. So I'm going to bouncing like this and then split step and then going to hit the ball. So this is the stance we are going to talk about the next level. I'm going to talk about another video also, how to hit the ball in the correct position. So there's a late problem. But we are going to talk like this, ready, and then unit turn. My elbow is little far from my body, not too close, little bit far. And then after the unit turn, I'm keeping my left hand here and then my racket back. Then racket back, then you can see that sometimes Federer is like this. The racket face is down, but some people, his racket back face is this side. It is not a problem. Anything is okay because tennis, there is no hard and fast rule. So what I am telling about, the classical way to learn tennis. This is the basic thing. So when you are bouncing, split step, turn, then racket back, you can go like this or you can go like this. But important is your elbow is high. So I'm this side, you can see that when I'm doing split step and take racket back, my elbow is high. Sometimes people are doing like this. So his elbow close, it is making the problem. So you can see the Federer stroke also, his elbow is high. It's about the 80 degree plus minus. So you take racket back and then racket back, elbow is up, then footwork. And then you are keeping your racket down, more down. So you are watching the ball. When ball is coming, going to hit the ball, you move your left hand from the ball line and then you are going to hit the ball and going forward and then you are going to hold here. So this is the checklist, the unit turn and then after that racket back. In the racket back, elbow is the checkpoint. When we teach the kids, we see that elbow, where is his elbow? Sometimes we can't see it, they are playing. But this is the checkpoint I'm talking about, how to teach the player. Because sometimes we are finding where is the problem. But if you find few checkpoints, what I'm going to talk today, it is very easy to find anybody what wrong they are doing. And then you can use the corrective technique to make the thing. Next checkpoint is adjustment. So we are ready like this, taking turn back, and then from here we are going to adjust. So you can go forward, if your ball is there, you can go back. This is the adjusting step, adjusting the ball. So with the small steps, you can go to close to the ball, because when you play tennis, if you play 1 hour tennis, this is the very important. If you play 1 hour tennis, I think there are very hardly you can get the 2 balls same time. So understand, each and every ball is different length and speed or spin or the placement is age, and every ball is different. So we need to adjust the ball. If we are not adjusting the ball, then we can't hit the good ball. The 4th checkpoint is take back and racket head down. If racket, sometimes people are doing this and they are going parallel to the ground, hitting the ball. Because of that, they are not good. Sometimes they hit the ball, mostly they hit the ball net. Otherwise, if they hit hard, it will go to the out. So for that, racket back and then racket head down. It is very important. So next one is the 5th one, that when we are already racket down, and one thing we can see that sometimes racket down like this. So my racket, the back cap is sometimes if my racket back cap is showing to the other side, the cross. But when we racket back and down, racket head down, my racket back cap is following to the ball path. This is the important one, okay? This also is a very, very important checkpoint. They are doing all this or not. Otherwise, sometimes people are coming and they hit like this. So they are not getting the good power. So this is a very big one. Every player is having the different type of error. I'm just trying to teach the student also. I'm trying to teach the assistant coaches also, so they can understand that which one we can do. Watch the ball. Watch the contact point. This is the 8th one. If your ball is coming, approaching to me, and I'm hitting, I'm watching to the opponent, watching to the target, but I am not watching the contact point. Then what happened? We don't know where I am going to hit. So it is a very big problem. This one is I think about the 50-60% players are having the same problem, maybe 70%. Because according to my experience, I had seen the lot of players, they are doing everything good, but they are not watching the contact point. So in this case, when you hit the ball, contact point, keep your eye on the ball and your head will be still. Otherwise, you don't need to move. You contact point, stay, your racket follow through will be there. You can still, your head will be there. And then you finish, your racket coming here. And then after that, you can watch the ball. It is look like it's a lot of time, but this is a nanosecond thing, because when you are hitting the ball, it is it's very small time. So when you hit and then watch the ball. So this is the 8th one. Keep your eye on the ball, watch the contact point. Next one, 9th. The 9th one is the watching the ball. After that, what? You are going to hit the ball, you have to follow through. So after contact point, the next stage is follow through. But in the follow through, I'm going to show you few things. I'm keeping the ball here. This is the corrective technique for the corrective technique and checkpoint also. Together I'm going to do this. So it is more faster, you can understand. So if ball is the same line, if I want to hit the ball straight, so if I'm turning, I'm watching the ball, and then after that, my racket is crossing to my body. That means from this ball, I am out of the line. So this one is not good one. So what we do in the follow through, after hitting the contact point, we have to trust 1, 2. That means if you go forward, and you can see that when I'm hitting the ball, forward, and you can see my leg is also, my heel is going to up. Contact point, forward. You can see my full extension of my hand, and then I'm going to hold the racket. So you understand this concept. This one also sometimes in the kid, you can go to the ball and try to play with the tracing the line. This is a very good practice for the kids. So third one, the last one, 10th one, I'm going to talk about the holding the racket. Because nowadays people are playing like this, the wiper thing and all these things, but you do anything, I don't care. But when you start to learning tennis, you have to, after finish the follow through, you try to hold your racket here, and the cap is back cap, the racket back cap is showing to the target, and after finish also, it is showing to the target. This is the very important. I hope explained you very nicely. The 10 checkpoint for the fundamental of the forehand tennis stroke, and this is the very nice. And I think everybody don't have all the problem, but if you see the kids are having little bit 2-3 problem, so you can check that one, and then if you the checklist, if you have the paper, the players are playing, and you can check this one is good, 1 is good, 2 is good, 3rd is good, and then you see the number 6, they are lagging. So you can change that one only. We don't need to change everything. Only we have to follow the classical style. And I hope you understand this one. I try to explain my everything nicely. I hope this video is going to help you. And please subscribe our channel. Thank you very much.